Oh yeah, that's true. It's not a 150 mineral hatchery. I'm so stupid. It's a good thing you're pointing that out, though.
Right? God, why did I even bring you on the call? It's just a waste. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finals of the winners bracket. This is not the finals of the tournament. This is the finals of the winners bracket. In essence, the semifinals of the overall tournament. The winner of this will fight the winner of the losers bracket finals in one final best of 3 to win this qualifier. But for now, spawning the top right corner of the map, the green Zerg player, Franscar.
And in the bottom right corner of this map, currently down 1-0, is
Wait,
the T.
but there's nobody
What?
in the bottom right.
I mean bottom left.
Oh,
Google
okay.
it. And
Google.
is the Teal Pearls player Buckfast.
I don't know, that looks like light blue. Can you describe the color to me without using it to describe itself?
Oh wow. Can you describe me what salt tastes like without? I never tasted salt before.
Okay, well, you know when I put my dick in your mouth and the stuff that comes out of it?
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa. No, okay. All silly weirdness aside. This is the finals. I think that, I don't know, Buckfast kind of said last game, like, this isn't how I wanted to see the finals. I think, on one hand, he chose to play off of his main race, which is a mistake. Because he's Zerg normally, right?
No, Buckfast is Protoss normally.
Oh, okay, sorry, I take that back then.
I thought you said he chose to play his main race, which was a mistake. I was like,
No,
what?
no, no, no. Like I was gonna say, if this was his off race, like now this is just gonna what I'm about to say is gonna sound insulting. I'm still gonna say it though. Like it really felt like he just didn't know what to do last game. The Reavers were so late. The storms were awkward. He mistimed a lot of the Dragoons and like the observers getting picked off. I mean, there's a lot of little mistakes that yes we could nitpick, but overall I just feel like Buckfast was not, or Buckfast rather, was not comfortable in that position, which is why I thought this was his off race. I mean, Starbow's not exactly like StarCraft. You don't have 7,000 games under your belt from Wings of Liberty till now. Starbow's fairly new, actually, in that regard. But it's... I don't know, I just feel like he should have known better, is the bottom line. Like, reacting to it the way he did was just, like, slow death.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the right moves eventually. So, I mean, the thing was, like, in the future, I don't think he'll ever make that same mistake. He knows now in his mind, like, I'll remember that one stupid game I played in the finals of the qualifier. Right, Reavers are the way to go.
This is also the legendary map where RSVP barely picked off a Nexus versus some Protoss player, I don't remember. I mean, the Red Bandit, not RSVP. So that was, we'll see if it will have something interesting happening again. Andromeda has generally, though, been a very interesting map to play on, to see some really crazy plays. But Buckfast is going to go for the very standard Forge Fast Expand. He got the Nexus before the cannon, which is totally fine. And they're spawning in diagonal positions too, which is good for the Zerg player. He's going to have some breeding room here. And he's taking his in-base half hatchery. It only costs 150 minerals very early.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having flashbacks to last season again because we mentioned Red Bandit before. We'll do it again. He was doing a lot of Hydralisk all-ins, guys, and I mean, they were not easy to hold off. Even if you get the +1 weapons, even if you get the leg enhancements in time, sometimes it's not enough, depending on how the Zerg players approach the game. But with taking that third hatchery, Franscar is looking like he's not quite going for this super cheesy quick victory.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just updating some stuff. So you can keep talking a little bit.
Oh, can I? That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm so awesome.
You know, you kind of talked about too before the game started, like the quote-unquote free 3 bases. It's worth noting though, like that third base you take in base doesn't exactly have a geyser, so well, it will play well into your zealots, and there's always going to be a lot of zealots. I mean, the bottom line is they're very strong units to have. It's still, you want to be able to take those bases with the gas, you know. And unfortunately, the ones that you want to take are either very far away or like really freaking far away. I don't know anyone other than that one game we just saw a few games ago that has ever tried to claim the middle of the map. It's just, I think, too difficult to do. There's too many different angles of attack and too many ways it can be vulnerable. But one thing I am most curious about for Franscar, though, is like, okay, we saw the lurkers, we saw the contain, that was kind of cool, but that was more like him capitalizing on a situation where he's like, oh, I just meant to do a light contain, but this is going way better than I thought it would, so let's bring some spine crawlers down here. Let's make this worse for my opponent to deal with. This is not going to be the same scenario where he can snowball quite so crazy with that sort of contain, and I'm really curious to see just how he approaches the game. I mean, it's probably still going to be a lot of Hydralisks, sure, but we'll see if Buckfast allows him to get in that same position. Now, Zealots are going to charge into the mineral line, and a couple drones might get picked off here, but playing Ring Around the Rosie at the moment, as we see, these Zealots sadly don't have a lot they can do.
Oh, I hope he's gonna rift them home to save them, because 3 Zealots. Oh, he's gonna send anyone into scout, which is really nice. But these 2 Zealots here are not gonna do much. Actually, almost gets a Hydralisk. Also, in the meantime, Buckfast is being really cute hiding his tech down there, getting a Twilight Council and a Cyber Core in a very odd location. Now, the Cyber Core doesn't really need to be hidden because that's kind of a given, but the Twilight Council with the +1 Zealots is a little bit more interesting.
I don't know, Zephyus. If I'm an Overlord and I come in, I'm like, ha, this guy doesn't have a Cyber Core? What an idiot.
I guess that's what you would do. I mean, sorry, just kind of put yourself up for that one. So we got 3 poor Hydralisks trying to fight a Protoss group, but more Hydras are streaming in, and I'm disconnecting from Battle.net? What's going on here? Okay, I think I'm fine.
No spikes in game, like they didn't stop or anything.
No, it just happens sometimes. Just I disconnected, but nothing happens except for all my friends are going
like
offline and all that.
Disabled and all that.
Yeah, all that.
I have no idea what causes that. It's annoying though. Anyways, as far as the front gates go, guys, the problem is Dragoons, while they're good scrapper fighter type units, they're not the greatest against Hydralisks and Blings. Blink Stalkers have actually shown to be pretty successful in the past, but of course it's always going to be the leg enhancement +1 Zealots that are kind of king to holding this off.
Yeah, I don't really know why he made a Dragoon. They're really useless in the beginning versus Zerg. Maybe to pick up scouting overlords. Yeah, that's the only reason I can see for it. He's getting Dark Templars now, and I guess that's another reason to make a Dragoon. If there is an Overseer, you can try and target that with a Dragoon, because Dragoons shoot overlords and Overseers very well, especially compared to Stalkers. So we got the Dark Templar out now, and there is no detection whatsoever from Franscar. He can of course make them easily, but he's not suspecting this at all. This might actually do some damage.
Going through the middle of the map, storming hard. I mean, that Dark Templar, there's an Overseer at home. The thing is,
there is one now. Oh, he just made one.
Well, the thing is, like I was gonna say, this almost would be better with the army, because the Dark Templar just hits so hard as his greatest attribute. But no, he didn't realize it snuck into the base, walks right on by, and Zealots were the distraction that they needed to be. Kills a couple Hydras, he's gonna slaughter some drones.
It's a sneaky, sneaky Dark Templar. How much time is he gonna get to kill drones before? Okay, there we go. Did he miss a shot?
What? Okay, hey, Starbow admin, can we fix this, please? There's like 2 shots back to back.
What? I know we added the back swing, but that shouldn't make him miss.
I think you guys need to actually test your changes before you implement them live, okay?
Wow.
With every single unit in the game. No, actually, no, I'm just teasing. That was actually pretty normal. We see that in regular StarCraft 2 a lot of the time too. Because if you are like even halfway through the attack animation, but you move the Dark Templar, like you control it, it'll cancel the attack. It's really dumb, but I've seen it before, so it's not Starbow.
Okay, we actually had it for a while in Starbow that melee units could miss if you microwave for them. It was kind of odd, but nobody liked it, and they were just being frustrated, so we reverted that. But that was a long time ago, so I was like certain none of that was sticking around still.
This is a huge Hydra attack, and quite frankly, I don't know that there's enough to defend it. There's going to be a couple storms, but...
Storm, though. Yeah.
There's so many, though. If he splits, then he's not going to take a lot of damage. There's not enough Zealots to really charge in. Give Buckfast another minute. He'll have enough Zealots to hold this off, no problem.
Yeah. Now he's gonna open up. See, he wants to draw the Hydras into the storm, though. He's kind of putting the Zealots too far in front. Like, I'd love to see him charge out with a couple of cells and then retreat to make the Hydras pull into the High Templars to get for some more effective storming. When he storms like the way he does with the Zealots so far ahead, he's not gonna get much damage done with them, and he only has a very limited number of storms right now that he has to land perfectly to hold this. That was a long rant.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, 4th base is up for Franscar. I kind of wish he'd take a 5th, because he's doing that thing again where he's kind of contained his opponent a little bit. You don't have to exactly take every base on the map, but just keep pressing your advantage. The mutas are on the way.
8 Mulists incoming. That's going to change up stuff a lot. And if you can snipe off the Archon, that would be so important right now, because the Archons deal so well with the Mutalisks. But it's such a small force for Buckfast, and he's not even thinking about Mutalisks whatsoever. He's just getting the Observers to deal with eventual Lurkers, but there are no Lurkers incoming like there was last game. I like this mind game from Franscar. He plays one style one game, and then he plays something similar the next game, but then he mixes it up, so he puts his opponent on a track in his head, like, oh, he's going to do what he did last game now. We're getting into that phase, but then it's mixing it up and then taking his opponent off guard that way. And the Mutas are also really good for just picking off High Templars.
Okay, guys, I know it's trolling chat. This is not Legacy of the Void anything. This is Starbow. It's free to play. You do it in the
What are you
StarCraft 2
talking
arcade.
about? This is the beta for Legacy of the Void. What are you talking about?
Dude, we all wish that was the case, but let's not tease.
Yeah.
There's a storm actually blankets quite a few of the mutas. They are low, and that Archon got a nice blast off, but there's no way to quite finish them off. So Hydra's clean up the right side. Mutalists pick off a couple Templar, and look at it still pressing the issue. Singularity charge is on the way, but still, I don't know why he's even investing in
those
the game.
Mutalisks should not go in there. Oh, stop! Franscar, just stop it. Okay, you can't do it anymore now because all the mutas are dead.
I
These
don't
Hydras are
understand.
gonna clean up the rest.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, why is he even investing in Dragoons in the first place? Like, this is such a terrible sort of thing. If you're gonna deal with Mutalists and Hydras, get Stalkers, right? Like, why Dragoons?
Yeah. Stalkers, Zealots, and High Templars. You don't need Dragoons at all. Dragoons are good versus Lurkers, but that's about it almost. And Ultralists eventually, but yeah. Oh, very nice storm there.
That's an okay storm. I don't know. Not exactly the beautiful storms the casters say, but it was not bad. The two cannons do what they can, but sadly cannons are really just not gonna cut it here. Still gonna push this back with the Zealots more than anything else. I mean, Zealots are gonna be the strongest attribute he has pushing forward into this. Another Archon comes to the front line, and well, it's hit pretty hard. These Hydras are just so numerous.
He's dealing with it though. There's very few Hydralisks left now. There's a very dead Photon Cannon still being chrono boosted. And he's gonna get the Archon, but I think this is it for now though. There's a ton of more Hydras incoming, so round 2 is gonna be up, and I really hope, yes, he's making more High Templars. Making High Templars in a situation like this can be a little bit risky because they don't start with Storm, so you're basically making a useless unit, but you're gonna need it for later, so you're gonna have to think ahead when you make the High Templars.
Yeah. Anyways, getting back to point now that's calmed down a little bit. Ooh, we might actually get a good storm out of this. Maybe? Come on.
Or just a dead High Templar. Okay, there we go.
That's a good storm.
Oh,
that's a good storm. Alright, so
the storms are like force field, man. Everything is good about them. Sorry.
Well, this is looking pretty rough.
So many dead High Templars. Okay, he's got one more storm now. Please use it well. Okay, that is a good storm. But he pulled out of it nicely though. But again, Franscar is just pushing with the Hydras, and Buckfast can't really get out of it.
He just can't match the production, bottom line.
Yeah, and I wish Buckfast hadn't been playing around with his unit so much after he held that push. I wish he had saved up more. You really actually, unfortunately, need a Death Ball versus Hydralisks.
I don't know when this came down. Bottom center part of the map.
Oh, there we go. Buckfast is cleaning out with Photon Cannons.
Slowly and surely while this has been going on.
Well, this is the way it should be done. Like, you have to kill it off with something and not just park it next to the stupid rock. Man, that was so annoying to see. I was like, oh, we didn't intend that. Well, to be fair, I didn't make this map, but we probably should have tested it.
Okay, so anyways, now that we got a bit of comp time, this is not Legacy of the Void, guys. It's not anything like that. This is a mod that's been around for quite a bit of time. It's called Starbow. It's free to play in the arcade. StarbowMod.com if you want to learn more about it, the ladder system, and all these other things. It's kind of just like your, I don't know, abridged version of StarCraft. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's dynamically different, but it retains a lot of familiar elements from both Brood War and StarCraft 2. So, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. But the Hydras, man, he's been doing a great job with brute forcing so far. He's got to get something else involved with this, like just Hydras.
Now Buckfast is getting a good army out. Now he's getting a force he can start to pull out, push. I like this. I still don't like the Dragoons, but whatever. But he's got a good number of High Templars and speed locks.
Yeah, I don't understand the investment in the Dragoons. I mean, maybe he's worried about a tech swap or something? I see the question mark?
Yeah, the potential lurker switch, but it's not going to come. It's going to be Hive Tech with the Adrenal Glands, Ventral Sacs, and all that good jazz. So, does he know about this base? No. Well, he's going to check for it now, and he's going to find it. Sending a Dark Templar that direction would be really good, though.
So it's good to find it either way. Someone asking, or stating, gosh, Storm sucks in Starbow. It actually does more damage in Starbow, guys. It does 80 in StarCraft, does 112 in Starbow.
That is correct, but the storm, the storm itself lasts longer, so that means the DPS is going to be tuned down a little bit. But
yeah,
since it does more damage, I don't think that DPS is tuned down so much more compared to StarCraft 2 at least. But it's basically the same storm you had in Brood War. Although the storm itself works a little bit different because it has March casting, but also because the opponent can pull out units so much more easier with the unlimited unit selection.
Well, we're going to finally have some Ultras coming out. Again, I want to remind everybody, Ultras are not the Ultras you're used to seeing in regular StarCraft. They're a little bit cheaper, they're a little bit smaller, they're a little bit more efficient. They've got some more upgrades attached to them. But they don't have Splash, is really key. So you got all these Zealots here on the front lines. The Ultras only going to be hitting them one at a time.
Oh, forcing out a nice storm there and killing a High Templar with a small group of units. I really like that from Franscar, but he is probably going to lose this base. Buckfast placed himself in a very nice choke point here. He's still got a couple of storms left on one High Templar. Hopefully, if he gets this High Templar sniped, that's gonna be huge there.
I don't know if I like this position for him, because he's going to kill the base, but he's going to lose his army for it.
Well, he might recall out of there, though. I hope he snipes the base and recalls.
Yeah, the Nexus recalls are awkward, though.
Oh, they work.
Actually, he might be able to get this back.
Kill the Hydralisk.
Yeah, the units are funneling in instead of coming in all at once, so with this being
now
the case...
he should target down the hatchery, because now it's going to be too much. And it's not targeting down the hatchery. And he's not recalling, he's not doing anything, he's just dying. Oh, this is sad to see.
Well, he's sending some reinforcements. Okay, there's a recall. For those who don't know how the recall works, where did they come in? The Nexus with the Cadrian Crystal upgrade, it can recall 5 units at most, but as you can see, it takes forever for them to like activate again afterwards, so it saves them for now. Arbiter on the way.
He had like 3 recalls, and he only used 1, so that was kind of unfortunate. And he didn't snipe down the hatchery either, so... But he's gonna go for a storm drop, it seems. One High Templar and a couple of Zealots, and he's got some... Zealot Bud is following that dropship, and I really hope, War Prison, that he notices that, because that's always unfortunate. But Franscar's going to see it right away with that Overseer, so it's going to be difficult for Buckfast to actually do any damage with this, if he doesn't react, though. If he reacts, I mean. Ooh! Dark Templar going in to snipe that hatchery, that's actually really cute.
Finishing
so
the
low
job. Yeah, there's no queen here to chance to use it either.
They're like, man, they did such a horrible job not killing that off, I guess I'll do the rest of the work. And he gives his life to do it. What a brave, brave Dark Templar. In the meantime, though, Franscar is actually going to drop this base without knowing. Oh yeah, he knows. Of course, he saw the fountain cannons. So here we go. This.
Oh, when the hell did he sneak a probe up here?
To where?
Top left.
Oh, look at that. I have no idea. I hope it's for Orb Tech. Because I really want to see the players actually start utilizing, I can't talk, Orb Tech a little bit more.
Okay, well this Nexus gets cleared out.
Oh, nice storm drop here. And oh, it only kills 3 workers with that High Templar. Okay, not that nice, but he's getting a couple of Zealots into the mineral line, please. You can't kill a spawning pool, I think.
Well, he will. Maybe? No, here comes the Ultras. Yeah, he's gonna clean that up.
I think so. I would have loved to see him try to pick up some drones instead. Because this is like, either you kill it and it's great, but if you don't, you didn't do anything.
Well, drop coming over here. There's a lot of goons waiting for it, though, so this drop not gonna be too dangerous, in fact.
No.
Yeah,
one Ultra left behind also. Poor Ultralisk just sitting there.
Okay,
oh, he's gonna pick up an Overlord! Oh, that's unfortunate. Buckfast is doing a lot of little things here that actually might get him back into the game. They're actually, right now, they're on equal bases, but like, Franscar is having 2 bases coming up right now, so that might change that quite quickly.
Okay, so we got the Arbiters and the Stasis Field's gonna get into the mix here in a little bit.
Whoa.
This will be kind of interesting to see. This is more of something you see versus Terran, a lot less versus Zerg, but I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of Protoss players in towards the late game, especially in Andromeda, go for carriers to support their High Templars, which is really strong now, especially since we make
carriers better, yeah.
Yeah, they're basically Brewer carriers now, which is so nice. Oh, it just feels like a world of difference to control them now. I actually saw Tasteless use carriers versus Hyder in a game where he streamed, and it was really nice to see. He was so ahead though, he didn't really have to micro them at all, but it was just still nice to see them out there again. Even, okay, if your drop play gets shut down by a couple of Dragoons, just bring more Overlords with units. Oh, storm there though. Man, it's gonna kill every single Overlord before they... Okay, the first wave at least, so that was very good for Buckfast, but it's still gonna have a big army.
Slowing it down, man.
Oh, they deal damage so fast, it's incredible.
Oh, this is gonna get us tech though. I mean, this is why I council, this is Templar Archives, this is everything. There's an Arbiter here, but it's not like a mothership, guys. It doesn't close buildings, only units, so a little bit unfortunate in that regard.
He can slowly tickle the unit to death. No, there's 2 Hydralisks, never mind. But in the meantime, Buckfast is not going to pull back, he's just going to counterattack, and he's going to go straight for the main base.
That's a huge army. You got to consider, like, Franscar's army supply is low to begin with, and he's also got a portion of it down here in Buckfast's main. Buckfast might actually be able to win with this push.
Ooh, and he's actually defending now with some cloaked units, but he's not pushing with this push, he's just focusing on defending right now. Which he's going to do a fairly good job at. He's going to lose a couple of High Templars, unfortunately, boxing up. But here we go, he's going to try and push in and break the Ultralisk. Some nice storms there, but not the really money storms he needed.
No, he also needs to split his unit selection. Kiting with the Zealots makes no sense. They should really be attacking the Ultras with a Dragoon's Kite, but moving his army all in one swift motion. That's a hell of a lot of cannons, by the way, here at the 4th base, 3rd base, whatever you want to call it, this northern base.
That is a lot of cannons, and you're right though. He has been very sloppy at moving, like boxing everything and moving. He did the same thing when he defended, just letting the High Templars go in the front and be picked off by Ultralisks, which is not a very cost-effective way to manage your army.
I'm a little shocked at the disengage. Like right now, I'm pretty sure Buckfast doesn't realize he's got such a massive supply lead. He might be thinking he's going toe-to-toe evenly with his opponent, but god damn it, that probe kills the plates, and he takes the top middle portion of the map.
That must have taken forever, but yeah, he does it. And the Scourges are there to almost see it. Scourges have very little vision. Well, actually, they had less vision in Brood War, I think. I was surprised how much vision.
What are you talking about? I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. I was baffled because they had tiny vision in Brood War. I thought we retained that, but I guess we didn't. But a couple of Ultralisks got to be very careful with him. He doesn't want to get them trapped. Ultralisks are such expensive units to replace. They're like the opposite of Zerglings in that regard. But we're gonna have the lonely Ultra who's... Oh no, that's another Ultra. He has like one Ultra guarding each base now. This is awesome.
It's like, fuck you, don't come here.
Only 2 photon cannons to defend the main base, yeah.
But the army's just so good. I mean, I really hate that Buckfast isn't pushing, because he's giving his opponent a lot of time to get tech up, to get defilers, to get blinding clouds, to get the ability to actually fight this army head on. Not to mention, Franscar is splitting his opponent, quite frankly, a lot. These goons here in the north can't get a lot done. The Zealots go for the base, but the Lings and the Ultras should be able to clean this up.
I would be very surprised if it was a blinding cloud here, but yeah. We gotta, like you said, Buckfast has a really big army, and he could. I don't know. I feel Franscar is doing the right thing here, splitting up units, trying to harass here and there, do a little damage here and there. While Buckfast has a tendency to keep everything together, and he's having a hard time defending multiple locations at this time. Consuming coming for the Defilers, so there is a lot of Dragoons in this army, so Dark Swarm could be very useful here. Again with the... Oh, he needs to throw up some defense in his natural base, so he doesn't have to return with his army all the time. Fortunately for Buckfast, though, he had a group of Zealots just spawn.
Yeah, one of the big things too is he's finally got recall, he's got stasis field. These arbiters, once they've got some more energy, he's coming into full swing. And one of the biggest things they can do is like, okay, you defend and then recall like a ton of units towards say like.
Oh,
what was that?
That was a horrible. That was a stasis. That was a horrible stasis. But stasis take a while. See, this is the thing. They're good against mech, but Zerg are so fast. It's so hard to land the stasis because it actually takes a while, both to start to cast it and the projectile itself. The stasis have been nerfed in that regard because of smart casting. So catching a very mobile army with stasis is going to be no small feat. But if he can do it while they're engaging,
dude, there's so many storms. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, it's full energy High Templars all over the place.
I mean, he's been missing a lot of the storms this game, but now he kind of can't afford to. Like, all right, maybe 3 storms didn't hit, but if you cast 9, one of them certainly will.
Yeah,
Franscar is actually
everything. Sorry, second.
Franscar's gonna take the northern base. This is so dumb, this base contention. But Ultra's actually getting wrecked here in the middle of the map. The Dragoons, which have been so useless for the majority of this game, are finally coming into full swing here towards the end of it. Both players have actually got upgrades going for them too. I mean, this is gonna be a really big late game clash. But the problem is, once again, Franscar's down in supply. Blinding Clouds, or sorry, not Blinding Clouds, Dark Swarms go down, but Storms is on top of them as well.
Yeah, the Dark Swarms in this versus Protoss kind of gives you a place to storm because he knows that's where he's going to center all his units at, so I'm going to storm right there. So it's almost like a target for storm than it is helping anything. Although it does, of course, remove the damage from the Dragoons. But not from the storms, and I think Buckfast can do this. He can come back from his 1-0 deficit and try and push into the natural base of Franscar. If he can get on top of all the technology and kill all the tech buildings, then it's going to be very difficult for Franscar to do anything about that.
Storm only just half damage to Dark Storm, right?
No, I think it's full damage.
I thought it was like 50% AoE reduction.
Well, Storm is a spell, so I don't think that counts. Okay. Same as Reavers.
Fair enough, fair enough. Anyways, continue to push forward here. We got more Storms and blanketed down. Hydras and Defilers actually just walking right into them. But this is it. I mean, Franscar is bleeding out. He's got almost nothing left to defend with but a couple Lings, and quite frankly, Ling's normally good against Dragoons, but not if there's going to be the Arbiter on top. He actually recalls a Reaver and 4 more Arbiters, or sorry, 3 more Arbiters to go with this mess.
I want to applaud that move. That was awesome.
We'll do it. Applaud right now. There you go.
I'll do a dragon applaud, like crap. There we go.
Alright, so this is looking like it's going to be a tied series now, 1-1, guys. Buckfast will bring this back, and this will be the finals we were looking forward to seeing. This is, I don't know, this was a really slow push to utter domination.
incredibly slow. And the
let's not
sad thing
forget,
is that
there's
Franscar has like more income than his opponent, but he just can't make units deal with his army anymore because he's
Right.
losing all his tech. And there we go, GG.